when it comes to the investments, we know there's a difference between institutional money and retail money. And when retail gets into a coin, it seems like a lot of these articles being pushed out by like the Motley Fool and stuff like that. It seems like they have short-term memory or selective memory because this happens with every coin that has went through these cycles. Even so, but they like to pick out and pinpoint like a Dogecoin or Shiba and say, "Oh my God, it's over. Here's 10 reasons to sell Dogecoin, 7 reasons to sell Shiba. It's all over." All right, welcome back, YouTube. So today I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach and do some technical analysis with two current coins right now. And I'm also going to take a look back on a few years ago and see if we can find some similarities in the chart to kind of give us an explanation as far as for what's going on here. And if you can't tell by the title, of course, I'm talking about a lot of the news and the articles that's being pumped out about Shiba and Dogecoin and why they're going down more aggressively. And I think I may have a theory as to why that may be the case. And I'm going to prove that with some of these, I guess you can say, articles or newspapers, some of their favorite coins. I'm going to prove that this exact same thing happened in the past with their favorite, which would be obviously Bitcoin. So first, we're going to take a look at Dogecoin. We're going to take a look at Shiba, and we're also going to take a look at Bitcoin and see if we can find some similarities here. And I'll make my case for this theory. So we're going to take a look here, and I'm going to do the year to date for Dogecoin. And we're going to see that as far as for with crypto in general, as I always say, that after the initial bull run, as far as for when retail gets invested, we will always see a correction of around 50 to 80%. On the high side, we'll see a correction of around 90%. And then we'll establish a support level before we do another run again. And you'll see something similar to this, and as far as for like the charts mirroring themselves. So right now with Doge, we're consolidating between like the 22 to 25 cents level. We dip below it occasionally, but that for the most part is our support, and it has been holding up strongly. Let's take a look here at Shiba. Here we go. And we're going to see here the same thing. So we're seeing the exact same mirror. The charts are mirroring each other. History doesn't necessarily repeat, but it does rhyme. You'll see a lot of these similar charts. And if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Shiba, you'll see these charts. They kind of play out the exact same way. So right here, what we can expect when Shiba is coming down off of this consolidation, you're going to expect it to establish a new floor, and you're going to see a period of time where it's going to go sideways until it builds up support for that initial push again. And we know that when it comes to the investments, we know there's a difference between institutional money and retail money. And when retail gets into a coin, it seems like a lot of these articles being pushed out by like the Motley Fool and stuff like that. It seems like they have short-term memory or selective memory because this happens with every coin that has went through these cycles. Even so, but they like to pick out and pinpoint like a Dogecoin or Shiba and say, "Oh my God, it's over. Here's 10 reasons to sell Dogecoin, 7 reasons to sell Shiba. It's all over." And I want to point out something here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Since everyone has short-term memory, let's go to all. And what do we have here? We have Bitcoin hitting roughly around like 20,000 in 2017. And then we have the consolidation point. It breaks through the floor, dips down to around $3,000, and it does not see 20,000 again for over 2 years until 2020, which was last year. Now, if we're comparing history and we're saying that, okay, Bitcoin and the market kind of echoes Bitcoin's movement, and institutional money echoes the money that they put into like the top three, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if we're saying that, okay, well, history kind of repeats itself, what has a Dogecoin and a Shiba done to that is indicating that it's all over or that is abnormal compared to what we know about the crypto market? And the answer to that is nothing. And I know that when it comes down to these institutions, especially because we know that they have their positions, and we also know that retail money that is not, for the most part, they're not in the position to be comfortable enough to kind of hold for what, like, because let's say most retail got in at 20,000 in Bitcoin. If it went down to 3,000, do you have the patience and the finances to hold that position that deeply in red for 2 years? And the answer to that is, for most people, is going to be no. You're going to see some of the same emotions that you see now with like a Dogecoin or Shiba that comes down for that the initial rally, and then you'll see all the articles like, oh my God, it's dead, it's over, we need to move on to a new coin, because obviously coins are always supposed to go up. So if it comes down and there's no movement for a period of months, then obviously the coin is dead. But then we see here, we see that it is impossible. It is actually very possible for a coin to go down, hit an all-time high, go down, and not see it again for months, and in this case, even years. So I wanted to point out that, and I'm going to go back to Dogecoin, because I believe Dogecoin is a little, well, I know Dogecoin is a little farther along in the cycle than Shiba. Um, let's see, we're going to look at the all-time high here, I mean the year to date. And so, and we say, okay, well, so what's going on here, and where is the support, and why is it coming down, blah, blah, blah. And you can draw a bunch of catalysts for that. And here's my theory. I know that retail money is not as patient as institutional money. So a lot of the articles that you're seeing out here, they're going to sway some people. The forums are going to sway some people. Shiny object syndrome, if another coin is going up 5,000%, that's going to sway some people. The majority of the retail money, even though they've got a lot of experience in this year, because of the attractiveness of these overnight millionaires and how quickly these coins are going up, it's going to create a community of people who are going to influence a lot of other people to chase these gains. So that's going to create some volatile movements inside of these different coins, especially the ones that are going to outlast some of these coins that are just like apparent cash grabs. So we have the amount of people that are moving around. We're going to have these coins consolidate, possibly even lower than what they would have the people that were long in these positions, or just the ability to create like certain spin-offs of coins. Baby Dogecoin, there's a King Shiba, there's a whole bunch of them that you can create, and then they can kind of pull off of the community of the original coin. And who's to say how much that affects the holders that were in that coin? And they say, okay, well, I missed it for this coin, it's dead, it's been 30 days, it's not happening for me, so let me move to the new coin so I can catch this 800% pump that's probably going to happen in like a week or so. And then the cycle repeats itself, and so you just have a bunch of um, volatile movements all across the market, which at some point pretty much becomes very difficult, if not impossible, to even chart. So I think that the news that's coming out is specifically just to kind of sway you to sell your coins, and they do this with Bitcoin and stuff. They did before. Now it's kind of obvious, and you're not going to sway the Bitcoin community, but they put out these articles to kind of influence you to move your positions and to kind of come up off of them so that they can take larger positions, and then of course they'll pump it a little bit, grab the attention of the public, and a year from now, 6 months from now, they'll have the public come rushing back in. It shoots up. They sell the floor from underneath you, because when they're telling you to sell, they're buying. So they love this here. And let's take another look at Shiba, just in case this is the first video of mine you've watched. Let's take a look at Shiba here. And you'll see, even for that first support, hold on. You'll see even for that first level of support, it's possible that Shiba can still fall or correct another 20 to 30%, because this is the issue that, and I try and explain this to a lot of new traders and new investors. This is the issue when you have gap ups. when you have a stock or a crypto that gaps up, there's no support in between. You're literally gapping up until from the last level of support all the way until the market considers it overvalued or the whales decide to take profits. So you're going to have a gap up, and that gap is going to have absolutely no support. This is why like 90% of the time after a gap up, you see a gap down. So the support level here is like around that 28 to, well, let's see, 27 to like 33 range. And of course, right now we're at 42. So there's still the opportunity here for further correction before you even get to some support. And of course, if you break this level, then you're down to the 76. Dogecoin, I'm going to flip back. Sorry, guys, I know I'm flipping between uh, several charts here back and forth, but I'm just trying to make a point. Let's see. Dogecoin here, you see that we had the initial floor, and we had some hesitation when we came back like around those floors up, but we had the gap up. We consolidated, we went across, which is good, building support. We had the gap up, we came back down, consolidated where we had that hesitation, and we had the gap up again. We hesitated again around those same points, again, very healthy. And then you have your consolidation point, which is a higher, your consolidation point is pretty much a higher low, which is what you want to see. What you want to see on any of these coins is this cycle repeat itself. This is going to be healthy. So if this is going from like your all-time high and we're breaking through all the supports and you're back down here again, it's going to have it's not necessarily a bullish signal. But when you're setting all-time highs and you're having the consolidation point and the charts are mirroring itself, that is a sign, a healthy sign and a bullish sign. So if you look at Shiba here, all right, going back to Shiba again. If you look at Shiba, you're going to see that it pretty much has mirrored itself and it's doing the exact same thing. So this is what you want to see. You want to see an all-time. You want to see after an all-time high. You want to see a higher low, and then what you want to see again with this one coming off of this new all-time high. You want to see a consolidation point. You want to build up some support before the next rally, because these gaps up, this gap up is nothing but people that are not necessarily invested in the coin or for like the long term, and these are the people that are going to just be there specifically because of hype, and that's going to cause the sell-off to be a lot more aggressive compared to the people who are there for like a specific number or long term. And you got to understand that. And I believe this is what happened with Bitcoin too, because once you grab the attention of the media and people start rushing in, let's go to all, you'll see that you'll have that period where it says, okay, this is fair market value. We're going to try and go sideways. And they're like, oh my God, Bitcoin. And they start putting all this kind of information. Then you have this large overshoot, and everything has to come down and seek that equilibrium at some point. And then, of course, it comes down and you try to establish like that consolidation point. People take profits. Oh my God, it's taking too long. It's dead. It's a scam, whatever. And then you have it break through the support level. And this guys let you know this, because it's a support level does not mean it cannot break through. We've seen it break through with other coins and just stocks and technical analysis in general, but it can break through. And then when you have it break through, you will set a new consolidation point at a low, which is what I believe. Because see, if you look at the chart here, you'll see it around $4,000. You have the run up, and I believe this is what the market considered fair value at that time. But when you have hype in the media promoting coins, it causes it to overshoot. But look what happens. It comes back and it eventually picks up right where it initially wanted to consolidate. So all that, after all the hype and the people that are short term, they sell off. It came right back and established that equilibrium. And then it didn't even test that line again, which lets you know that it overshot. It was like way overvalued at the time. Compared to the market that they were putting, with the evaluation the market was putting on, and you came up to around 10, you came back down, and you hovered around that equilibrium, which is going to be your support line, and it stayed there relatively until last year, until we had the large injection of institutions and retail coming in, and now we're going to set a new cycle. So I just wanted to point that out and put that out there, because when I see a lot of FUD and I see that the media and these channels are doing this, and it seems like they have short-term memory because these cycles repeat themselves over and over again through different coins. So I just wanted to put this out there to kind of debunk some of the misinformation and FUD that's in the community, so that you guys can look at the charts for yourselves. By all means, don't take what I say as fact. Pull up the charts for yourself and look over them and see if you see any similarities. So that's what I have for this video. If you found any value, please like this video and get this out to as many people as possible, because I know that there's some frustration in the Dogecoin and the Shiba community. So please share this video and get it out to as many people as possible. And also consider subscribing if you like this video to hear more from me. And before I go, I wanted to let you guys know that Webull is doing a crypto promotion on top of the 2 free stocks that you get when you make your initial first deposit. So if you deposit anything above $1 in the crypto transactions, you automatically get $5 in Shiba Inu coins for absolutely free. So that'll be credit to your crypto account. But the minimum trade for in the crypto section is $1, and you still get your 2 free stocks valued at up to $2,000. And that link is going to be in my description section. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.